We'll bring you live into the Proview Sports Network studios for the Proview Rundown. Hello, everyone. I'm Adam Deal, along with the crew in the zoo, having some fun today. Glad you could join us. We got some highlights to go through. We got a lot of soccer to get through and a big win again for La Cueva last night that we'll talk about here in just a moment. We also have our top 10 poll and our big matchups as we start week 4 in high school football. All of that, plus our pick'ems. Where are we? Are we doing good? Are we doing terrible? Are you Josh Brown and just non-existent? All of those things we'll talk about here in just a moment. First, though, highlights for you, and we're going to start with Metro Soccer, the finals from Friday night.
Lorelei Logan was fighting through the bodies. There's another one, and that's the first points of the game. This one again, short and low. And that's another score for the Cougars. Always feels good to win as well as they're getting those blue Metro Championship shirts. The champions this year in the Metro Champions. Albuquerque.
Donna Leon almost gets away with it, and the ball knocked forward. Gabe Legendre's on a run. One-on-one. Legendre! 1-0 to the Cleveland Storm. And that's the 11th goal of the season for Gabe Legendre, and he's going to celebrate with the Storm faithful. They trail 1-0. Ball into the box. Erickson! Tyler Erickson has leveled this game for La Cueva. It's 1-1. The senior finds the back of the net. Oh, and a goal! It's a goal for La Cueva. And Cleveland are shocked. There, of course, the championship blue shirts. Championship blue shirts. There for our winners, and that is the La Cueva Bears. So once again, the La Cueva Bears are your boys Metro champions by a score of 2-1 in extra time over the Cleveland Storm. And that is a nice piece of hardware for La Cueva to take back home.
Bears get it done. Late goal to put it in overtime. Beat the Cleveland Storm 2-1, and you saw the Cibola Cougars with a 2-0 win against Academy. That is Alden Iowani's Ball So Hard University Cibola Cougars, by the way, that are still looking good. We'll talk to them about that in just a little bit. And the Cibola Cougars, by the way, football have a monster game this week. Are they looking to maybe pull off an upset? We'll get to that a little bit later as well. Some more football from this last weekend, though. Kirtland Central, St. Pius both winless. Somebody needed a win on Saturday.
Rivera will try to sneak it up the middle, and he's in. He's in. Touchdown, St. Pius. Rivera's got some time to throw. Throws down the right side of the field. Got a receiver out there. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, St. Roanhorse throws over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Kirtland Central. Complete to Brock Dowdy. 3rd and 16 from the St. Pius 21. Roanhorse looks and throws. Caught. Complete. Touchdown. Touchdown to Dallin Mangelson. 10 from the Bronco 20-yard line. Rivera rolls to his right. He's going to take a shot on a post pattern. Caught. Touchdown. What a catch by number 6, Isaiah Griffin. You know what? He's very good with those directional kicks. Hold up the middle. He's got one man to beat and a blocker in front. Down the right sideline, 40, 45, 30. Cuts it back. He's going to score. Dalen Mangelson. Rivera's just going to run it up the middle, run around the right side. Jukes him at the 5, trying to cut it back. Touchdown, Derek Rivera. Yeah, they're not going to kick it to him. That's a smart move. Let's see if Pius got on that. That directional kick, I think they did. That's it. That.
27-19 the final, so St. Pius finally get on the winning side of things as they defeat Kirtland Central. Now, not just winning, but looking really good. In fact, ranked number 1 now in 3A is the Hope Christian Huskies as they took on Moriarty on a Saturday night game.
Looking to throw, he might go deep on the first one, up the middle, it's complete, and there's nobody there to stop him. It's an opening score for the Huskies. And off again to Knowles, and he's through, no resistance whatsoever on that. And they're churning again up the middle, touchdown, Huskies. Henry again, just so patient. He's gonna float one open to the far side, it's caught sideline, see you later. Touchdown to Vince Casada. 30 seconds and counting, and they're in business here. Again, he's got all day up the middle, in the end zone, complete for the score. Again, plenty of time. He's going to unload it up the middle into a double team. Casada! Double team, no problem, says Vince Casada.
3-0 Hope Christian, by the way, as they'll play host to West Las Vegas this week. You can see that game on Proview Sports Network on Saturday, but looking really good so far. Shifting back to soccer, last night we had our boys soccer game of the week. 2 undefeateds going at it. You just watched La Cueva win the Metro Trophy in 5-0, taking on the 4-0 St. Pius Sartans. Both teams, by the way, regionally ranked. A crazy second half from Ben Rios Memorial. Here's how it shook out.
The outside, Blanchard's going to take it on the left foot in on the one time, and it's off the crossbar. That's taken away on the left foot. Trying to go, now he wants to go one-on-one, a cut back on the left foot. Rio sends it across, and it's sent over. Rodriguez. And this sent into the box. It was mishandled, tipped forward, and it's 1-0. Davis goes through. That's onside. And some time. Garcia on the right foot. Barella. Onside. Garcia. The touch, and it's saved. Coming out hard. Cardenas. Good touch. It was Eanes, excuse me. Eanes, nice move, and he's free. Eanes back in the box. A gorgeous play. This was taken away in the back. And Marcus Garcia wants one back. Garcia, right foot, set it home. Bring one back, Sartans. That flicked in, and there it is. Today. This off. Cardenas, can he add another? Yes, he can.
There you go. La Cueva's 6-0 now. Big win against St. Pius, who dropped their first. Maybe the score really not reflective of the game. In fact, St. Pius outshoots La Cueva and outshot him on frame as well. Huge keeper play by La Cueva, and then got some late goals. So we'll see. I think St. Pius is going to be really good, though, in 4A. Steve Davis, when we return after this break on the Rundown.
Proview Network crew, assemble!
That's good for first.
High school sports are back live on Proview Sports Network.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal. We're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at Proview Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
The Barley Room, a proud sponsor of Proview Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
This is Coach Borrego of the Charlotte Hornets. Hello to all you parents out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I want to congratulate 38 years for the AYBL. You guys are doing a great job. You've shaped a lot of lives, young men and women, and you'll continue to do that. Parents, get involved, sign your kid up. It's a great program. It helped shape who I am today, helped shape me as a basketball player, as a coach. So get out there, sign them up. Have a great season. Good luck to everybody.
Back to action here on the Proview Rundown. Adam Deal now being joined by Proview President and owner Steve Davis. We do it every week. Steve, hey, you doing all right?
I tell you what, 3 weeks, this is the 4th week, right?
Week 4 already.
Week 4 already gone by really quick. Great games, great ratings with my 50 TV, and that's something that's going to get better. But
we hope so. We hope so. Every week we kind of go over some of the big matchups that we're doing here on Proview Networks and some of the big matchups across the state. But first, we always go through the Proview Top 10 poll, and so here's how it looks. Josh Brown thinks that this is his poll this week because he was able to determine the top 6 in which, that I normally go with. And so do we got it, Jay, the top 10 poll?
Before I speak, I want to see these polls because last time I was a little bit, I want to make sure that,
Well, Cleveland is one. Steve, I think you could go Cleveland or La Cueva right now. You can give me an Cleveland just has the best win right now, I think, and that's El Dorado.
Well, I have to go with La Cueva, and nothing against Cleveland right now, and it's because of all facets of the defense and offense. I mean, and now, and I think you're correct. The big game between Cleveland and El Dorado, with Cleveland being the victorious. Centennial came in this weekend and kind of showed against Manzano about what they're about.
I personally think there's a separation between those 3 in Centennial, though. Do you agree?
I do. I really believe it's going to come down, with barring injuries and grade problems and health problems and all the things that could go wrong over the next 7 weeks, that these are the 3 teams that will probably be in the finals.
Now, we have not seen Carlsbad, and we're hearing a lot of good things out of Carlsbad, and they are 2-0-1. They had a game that ended up being tied because of a lightning delay. So very curious to see how that shakes out with Centennial and the rest of their schedule. Really curious, actually.
Well, and you and I have discussed this about Carlsbad. Is you know they play this weekend, and then they start district. And then that district, it'll probably come down between from what we've seen, and it'll come down between Carlsbad and Centennial.
Which, who would have thought we'd be saying that with Centennial, or excuse me, with La Cueva, or with Las Cruces and Mayfield in the same district. Volcano Vista wins again. They look sharp, but they haven't played anybody since their first test. La Cueva. Cibola is undefeated. They're 3-0. We don't think they've been tested. We'll talk about them in a little bit. Yes, Steve, that does say Rio Rancho above Clovis. Why, you may ask? Will the Rio Rancho Rams go to Clovis and get a big victory in the eastern port of the state? What do you think?
I just love the way you just kind of rubbed that in. The Rio Rancho, they went, and beat Clovis. Congratulations. The first win for Rio Rancho.
It was. They're 1-2. Tough schedule to start. Maybe a team that gets better. Coach Howes always kind of does a good job. Don't count Clovis out, too. It was a tough loss at home. They're 2-1. And then Hobbs now 2-1. They've got a couple of good wins against 5A opponents, though, Roswell and Artesia. Flirting with the top 10 is potentially Mayfield, maybe Las Cruces. The way Las Cruces looked the last 2 weeks, it's hard to put them in there.
Well, and then they have a tough game again this weekend. Now, if they beat Rio Rancho, then they deserve to be in the top 10.
Let's take a look at our matchups this week here on Proview Sports Network, and we'll start with our Thursday game as La Cueva takes on the Cibola Cougars. This is a battle of undefeated. La Cueva's 3-0, and Cibola, they're 3-0, and this will be on Thursday night right here on Proview Sports Network, Comcast 26. Cibola, they haven't had the toughest schedule with Sandia and Oñate, and then Cibola with a win against Highland. And La Cueva, they haven't had the toughest schedule, to be honest, either in front of them.
Well, that's true, and so a lot will be told on Thursday night.
That's our Thursday night matchup. Friday, our game of the week on My 50 TV. Steve, we kind of talked about it, and collectively, Proview Network said, you know what, the best game is in Los Lunas. Number 1, Los Lunas versus number 3, Roswell. We will be doing that game. It'll be on My 50 TV, the game of the week, and we're really excited to be a part of it.
Well, we want to thank, Wilson Holland for the hospitality, but also the hospitality of the Roswell, because they're excited that we're putting this game on, and their fans can see it on My 50.
And then airing here on Proview Sports Network on Comcast 26 is what you just mentioned. Rio Rancho going to play host to Las Cruces. Las Cruces better not lay an egg 3 weeks in a row.
Well, I tell you that's going to be, coming. They've been to Albuquerque or the metro area in the last 2 weekends, and that won't go well. They need confidence right now. I think that they've been overwhelmed by El Dorado, and then they came up and played La Cueva, and they just need a win.
Saturday we continue with Hope Christian, and the Huskies have looked really good. They are the 3A favorites, and Hope Christian's going to take on West Las Vegas, who might be struggling a little bit in 4A.
Well, you always think of what, you look at the polls, West Las Vegas is always up there in the top 10, somewhere in the top 10, and a big, kind of like Hope is like kind of wielding their power right now. They expect to win.
And we'll have to see that. Also, Steve, on Saturday, we'll have our second volleyball game of the season. Who's playing in it? We don't know. It's the APS Metro Championship game. They get underway tonight in all of the group play, and then they'll have quarterfinals on Thursday, semifinals Friday, and championship game Saturday. We've got it for you 6 p.m. It'll be from Volcano Vista High School live here on Proview Sports Network.
Well, that's exciting. It's probably, volleyball is, I know it's something that you enjoy. You've enjoyed in the past, and the excitement that we see in the Metro tournament, and then how many times the Metro champion ends up winning the state championship.
Well, I mean, it's a lot, and then especially since how good La Cueva have looked early this season, we'll see if they can continue their dominance into the Metro Championship. Again, it's at 6 p.m., and if you want to see any of these games, go to our website, www.proviewNetworks.com. Let me ask you another thing before we get out of here in this segment, Steve. You got to see Dorian Lewis. A lot of comparisons have been drawn from Cleveland's running back Dorian Lewis to Ronnie Daniels. Now, maybe not quite Ronnie Daniels, but the junior running back is impressing, isn't he?
Very impressive, and he's just an impact player, and it's. He's an impact player when, I think he ran 38 times in the ball game or so.
For 386 yards rushing.
And it's either, Lewis right, Lewis left, and it's pretty amazing of his athletic ability.
Well, you'll be able to see a lot more Dorian Lewis here on Proview Networks. This week, Cleveland's going to go visit Mayfield. I have a feeling that they won't have much of a problem in that game. Our next My 50 game of the week, Steve, by the way, will be at Lightning Bolt Stadium. We'll see Dorian Lewis. We'll see the Cleveland Storm as they take on Artesia, two prestigious programs right now, obviously.
Well, and Artesia got a win. I mean, they've had a tough schedule, so we're hoping, they have another win, and it's going to be more interesting, and Cleveland will be undefeated. And again, we want to thank the Artesia fans for their support of Proview Networks and how they come and watch the games when we do them.
Again, quickly, our schedule this week, the Thursday night game, it's going to be La Cueva as they take on the Cibola Cougars. That game will be right here on Proview Sports Network. You can catch it live also on the NFHS Network. If you don't have our channel, get your pass. You could watch all the state championships, including all the games that we do regular season right here on Proview Networks. Also, Thursday night, we do have Del Norte Albuquerque High School. Both of these two teams trying to find themselves. Not really sure what to expect out of this one. Del Norte, if they want a part of that 5A playoff, they better get something going fast. Our Friday night game of the week on My 50 TV, it is Los Lunas against Roswell. Don't forget, we start 7 p.m. sharp. Our TV game here on Comcast 26 is Las Cruces traveling down to Rio Rancho. That game, again, on Comcast 26, streaming live as well. The Saturday games, it looks like this. It's your APS Metro Volleyball Championship from Volcano Vista High School. We'll have it. Teams to be determined. And then Hope Christian, they're going to take on the West Las Vegas Dons. That'll be from Milne Stadium, and we'll have it for you on the NFHS Network. So that is our schedule this week. Also, we'll be doing the Top 120 Showcase, Steve. That'll be this Sunday. Marty Seiss, State Farm, always do a great job putting it. This is the best basketball players in the state, so we'll have it for you all day Sunday.
That's going to be fun to be part of, and it's always neat to see the athletes and see how good a shape they really are right now and how they perform on Sunday.
All right, so that's Steve Davis. We'll be back in a moment to finish it off here on the Rundown.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Locally loved restaurants like Farina Pizzeria, Farina Alto, and the Artichoke Cafe are the perfect venue for your next event. Farina Alto has traditional Italian food, plus handcrafted cocktails in a beautiful Northeast Heights location. Farina Pizzeria with a downtown vibe, amazing affordable wines, and local beer. And the Artichoke Cafe has set the standard for casual fine dining since 1989. Visit our family of restaurants and see what fine dining is all about.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, life change will occur.
I'm Troy Lefane, head coach of the USL New Mexico franchise, and you're watching Proview Sports.
We're the best in the biz. We know everything that's going on. That's why we get our picks 100% every single week. Right, guys? Somewhere? Yeah? Who's got the hat? No way. What is this?
No. Actually, this week, he's not in studio. Sebastian, 10-0. 10-0.
Hey, sit down so we could see you. Jeez.
10-0. Sorry.
All right. Do we have them? Do we have our standings? Where are we at?
We might.
Let's see. I don't even know. Sebastian goes 10-0, which is ridiculous. Oh, who's up top there, baby? Woo!
You're tied.
Hey, why is Jason
Cleveland
Pohl,
Browns. A tie's not as good as a win.
Why is Jason Pohl ahead of me? Like, it should go alphabetical order. Adam should be 24
I thought about
and 6.
that, but you don't deserve to be number one.
Then Jason, 24 and 6. Alden, 23 and 7. Josh, 23 and 7. Sebastian made up a little bit of ground, guys. That's not good.
He had Cleveland and Rio Rancho both winning. Only person to take those. He saw something that we didn't.
I think collectively we're all rooting against Sebastian, right?
Yep, I think we agree upon that. We root against each other. I mean, this is for bragging rights in the sombrero. Why would I root for you? Why would I root for anyone?
Like Alden Ioane once said one time in a Geckos, we got them right where we want them.
Well, you know what? It's close, right? So, I mean, we're all separated by a game. I feel like you should quote that some more, to be honest. We're all separated by a game. All right, so what do we got this week? This week, we'll start with Cibola La Cueva, and that is a clean sweep. Alden, you're not going to go out of a limb here and take your 3-0, undefeated, unbeaten in 2018 Cougars?
I'm going to say no, just because if this was girls soccer where we actually have or girls basketball, or any of the Cibola girls sports, I would have picked Cibola. But they're good, but they haven't, like you said with Steve last segment, they haven't played any legit talent yet. And I think that's going to be a big surprise for them when they come on Thursday and see those La Cueva Bears. Their defense is just too good.
Del Norte Albuquerque, a swing pick, and then everyone's going to go El Dorado over Atrisco. Sandia versus Centennial. I do see 2 Sandias in there. You're one of them, Alden.
Yes, I did take Sandia. You know, I think that they're going to I watched Centennial last week with you last Saturday at Wilson. I think Sandia has something to prove. I think that they're going to come off with the win here. I think Centennial didn't amaze me enough to prove that they should win.
Jay Pohl, you're the only one to take Las Cruces against Rio Rancho.
I'm still about them. They're still good athletes. Granted, their scores say otherwise, but they're still Las Cruces. What's his name? They still got Molina, is it?
Yeah, I mean, Ivan Molina's good.
Yeah, they still got a Molina.
That's like all they have.
But Rio Rancho's got 1 win.
In Clovis?
We'll see come next week, and then we'll have this conversation again. I'm going my dogs.
Everyone's going Cleveland over Mayfield. Everyone's going West Mesa over Rio Grande. And then JB's the only one to take Lovington over Hobbs. Everyone's going Las Lunas, by the way, over Roswell, our game of the week. Those are our pick-ems. Crew in the zoo. Appreciate you guys. Rams. Everyone's a Ram. Ram real hard. I'm going to get it done. We'll see you tomorrow night, Thursday. Don't forget, Cibola La Cueva, kickoff at 7.